Hey guys, and welcome to this episode of Dave's Concert Reviews. This episode features a review from the show on March 23rd in New York City at the Apollo, Dave's interview with Elizabeth Wilcox, a good banana, information about Jackie's book deal, and some great stories about a fish stick, Al's guitar debut, and Dave Grohl. We open today with some found footage of VIP Jeopardy. Enjoy, won't you?
Are the two breakfast cereals Al mentions in the song Eat It? We will go down the list here and see what we have. The answer is, of course, Captain Crunch and Raisin Bran. Mike Power, what did we write? Captain Crunch and Raisin Bran for 15 points. Give the man, make some noise for Mike Power! Man, you just set that down in the point. Hannah? Or just set that down. I think I'll stand over here next to me. Thank you. Tom, what did we write? What is 6 points? Lucky Charms and Fruit Loops. Boo this man! No points for you. You're in absolute last place. Ethan, Captain Crunch and Raisin Bran for 27 points, and that is going to put Ethan. Oh, whoa. There we go. At 1,488 points. Oh my gosh, that's amazing. Very good indeed. Mike's at 6, 7 now. Sorry, actually, but you're still in second place. Now it's time for the presentation of the awards. Ladies and gentlemen, these are custom-made plaques that we have made for these. Man, will you help me distribute these? And we also have these commemorative medals. We're going to go first place, second place, and third place. Guys, please rise for your award ceremony. Here we go. You're all to help put these out. Figure it out. All right, in first place, with 1,488 points, the champion, the greatest man in the world, the cuddliest person in the room, make some noise for Ethan Hall! And in second place, we're going to go second place, it's over here. That is Mike Power. Mike Power, everybody. Say it over here. 1, 2, 3. Mike Power. 1, 2, 3. All right. Here we go. And that's right, Tom, you lost. But first, let me tell you what you did win. A 20-volume set of the Encyclopedia International, a case of turtle wax, and a year's supply of rice-a-roni and a San Francisco treat. But that's not all. You also made yourself look like a jerk in front of millions of people and brought shame and disgrace to your family name for generations to come. You don't get to come back tomorrow. You don't even get a lousy copy of our home game. You are a complete loser! Everybody had a good time at Jeopardy tonight. Lord knows I did. Let's make some noise for the three contestants over here, everybody. They did wonderful on the floor. If you have one mile, the lovely Vanna White. She's so over it, but she's so great. You're doing a great job. Man, if you want to come there with a photo with these guys real quick.
Hello, this is Dave Elvis Rossi reporting from the Apollo Theater with the lovely Elizabeth Wilcox.
Hi, everybody.
We're going to do a segment. This is a segment on YNN I like to call three-question interview. I'm going to ask you 3 questions. Please say whatever comes to your mind. Feel free to elaborate.
Okay.
This is a tour for Weird Al Yankovic, an all-original tour.
Yeah.
So I'm going to ask you, what is your favorite Weird Al original song and why?
1 more minute, because the first time I saw Al, he came out and sat on my lap and gave me a scarf, and I was in love.
Aw, sweet.
Yeah.
Question number 2. You came all the way from Madison, Wisconsin.
I did, yes.
Just to see this concert.
Yes.
Where are the other concerts? Where have you traveled elsewhere, and what is like your favorite venue?
Well,
keeping in mind that you're in the historic Apollo Theater in Harlem right now.
I like the Beacon Theater a lot. This is the first time I've been to the Apollo. I love Al when he plays in Milwaukee historic theaters, like he was in the Palace Theater last time I saw him. He'll be playing in the Pabst Theater next month, and I'm really looking forward to that show. So that's a gorgeous place.
Very nice. I don't think I've been to any of those venues, but maybe someday.
Yeah.
Okay, and question number 3, at this historic Apollo Theater, what are you most excited at possibly happening tonight?
Oh, some special guest comes on stage and sings a verse of a song with them, like what happened at Radio City last time.
Oh, with Lin-Manuel Miranda, yes. Were you there for that?
No, but I saw it the next day, and I thought, yeah, I love this.
Well, hey, if anything's going to happen, a special thing, it might happen at the Apollo. I mean, what better place, right? And what better time with both of us here to see it?
Absolutely, I agree.
So I want to thank you for being a guest on Wine and Elizabeth.
And now it's time for Dave's Food Reviews, the part of the show where Dave goes out and reviews food.
Good banana. Hi, this is Dave Elvis Rossi. We are in the middle of, I have no idea where, somewhere in Pennsylvania. I'm going to give my review for the second of the Apollo shows. I'm doing multiple roles this time as my director slash camera person slash lighting person slash fact checker slash assistant slash Jeopardy champion is driving today.
Role of chauffeur today.
Yeah, playing the role of my chauffeur today. So I'm going to take the role of pretty much everybody today. As I give this review, we're obviously we were very rushed last night, so I did not get a chance to get this last night. But we have some time on our long drive. It's like a 6-hour drive to Greensburg, so I figured I would take advantage of this time to give my review, and possibly, I don't know that Mason did give his review from the car, but I believe it was stationary. So this is probably the first review that's actually given in a moving vehicle on YNN. First, and please correct me if I'm wrong. Okay. Anyway, just to kind of give an idea, Ethan had stayed over at our house and graciously offered to drive us here to the city. He got off work about 3 o'clock and got in there. We hit a little traffic on the bridge, like the George Washington Bridge, which is not unusual. And we probably got in. We're parked and over by the restaurant by 4:15. We met up with Rosemary at the restaurant. The restaurant was called Nave Harlem. I wish we had more time to be there. The food was absolutely delicious. It was some kind of Japanese food. But yeah, I would go back to that place. I could. Or if we're ever in Harlem, for another Weird Al concert probably. I don't really get to the Apollo very often. Then I would definitely go back to that place. Adrian and Ann, they took the train in and then took I think an Uber maybe or a taxi up to the restaurant. They did not get to eat with us. They did stop in to say hello. I did the restaurant right around the corner from the Apollo. I went to the Apollo while we were waiting for our food. Signed into the VIP, let Adrian and Ann in so they could kind of get the VIP experience of it back to the restaurant. Rosemary got her food and got to eat most of it there. Ethan just took his food to go and I guess he at some point snuck in the food into the Apollo and ate it somewhere in the Apollo. I don't know, but I finished it up. We still made it over there in time to get our name into the little tumbler for Jeopardy, and also to actually see the full Jeopardy experience. Exciting for Ethan. He was selected and basically ran the whole board. He won the whole thing, which is cool. So I now know two up all of Al's equipment, and what was odd is that they took out Al's his musical instrument stand before Emo's set came out, and I guess they realized, oh, we shouldn't have this out here yet. So they brought it back. As they were bringing it back, I noticed that that they dropped an instrumental part of one of the musical instruments on the carpet, and I knew that they weren't going to know the significance of it, and whether or not and whether anybody would ever notice it was missing until the moment it was needed. So we basically had to flag down somebody in Al's crew to rescue it, and that took a little while. But and I found out the name of this. I did not know. I was just calling it that little wooden piece that with the stick that Al plays during White and Nerdy. But it is called a wooden fish. So the stick is called a fish stick. So the crew actually dropped the fish stick on the rug. We did finally. It took a while. We were almost like, well, what's going to happen if no one comes out? But it did take a while. The crew, one of the members of the crew did rescue the stick once we flagged it down and brought it to their attention. So the night was saved. Interesting to see what Al would have done without the fish stick, but we will never know. At least not at the Apollo. We did not find out. Emo's set was again actually, and this is his character, and I don't know how much this was his character and how much is just Emo performing night after night. But he looked flustered, but that adds to the show. Some of the jokes he started and then he stopped and he went up to a totally different joke. So you can never tell with Emo if that was planned or not. The most interesting part of Emo's set was at the very end. Emo got a standing ovation and was kind of lingering on the stage, and Al came out and hooked him off the stage. Now, a little background: the Apollo is historic theater. They used to have a show on NBC that was on after.
Well, they have amateur nights at the Apollo Theater like every week. So just anybody can go and audition for a spot on amateur night. And the legendary thing about the Apollo amateur nights, you used to see this on the Live at the Apollo show, which used to be on after Saturday Night Live, is if the audience did not like you and they started to boo you, they literally had a hook that they would just reach off the stage and grab you around the waist and pull you off stage.
Yeah. So and that was Jackie, a big connoisseur of Apollo theater history.
You've heard all of it now.
Yeah, look for her book later out this year. My experience at the Apollo, and we're hoping it's a New York Times bestseller. So please support us, support her in her. Anyway, but the hook. So the joke was that Emo got the hook, and Al was the one that came out and gave Emo the hook. Thunderous applause. Emo did not deserve the hook, but it was funny, and it was nice to actually see someone get hooked off the stage at the Apollo. Get into my review. Al set. We started with Dare to Be Stupid Unplugged. Close But No Cigar was the second song. Generic Blues, Mr. Popio. The next song was Nature Child to Hell, and he went on about how that song has a backwards message in it. And he did the Say He Needs Cheese Whiz part before he performed the song.
Said they were trying to get a parental warning.
Yeah. He said he was yeah, Steve's not going to be playing bass on this song, and the audience kind of booed. And then he was like, oh, but he's still playing. He's playing keyboards, in the background. Of course, he plays keyboards with Ben on that song, Craigslist. This was, I don't know how many people caught this, but during Craigslist, he often changes the coffee shop to something local. And this time, he changed it to Central Perk on Central Avenue, which is a reference to the TV show Friends, which of course was set in New York City, and the coffee house there was Central Perk, and the gang always, the friends always hung out at. So that was a great subtle reference that I don't know how many people picked up on it, but I picked up on it. A fan of the TV show Friends. Doggy Dog. This is probably one of my top 5 moments in concert that I've ever seen. Al told a story about Steve that he basically one of Steve's stories, and if you know Steve, you know that this story is exactly how it unfolded. Basically, at the end of the concert the night before at the Apollo, Steve had this huge grin on his face, and when he went backstage after the medley before the encore, and Steve's like, "Oh my God, did you see that? Did you see him? Did you see him?" And I was like, "See who?" He's like, "Dave Grohl was in the front row." And I was like, "No, I didn't see him." And they were kind of like I was like, "I don't think so. I think I would have noticed him," that type of thing. And Steve was insistent that Dave Grohl from the Foo Fighters was sitting in the front row, and so I was like, all right, well, I'll go check. And Steve's like, "Oh, we gotta do My Own Eyes if he's here," which is a style parody of the Foo Fighters. And I was like, well, we kind of already have the cover, the encore set. We have the cover and the Saga Begins already set. And Steve's like, "No, but this is like a tour where we're like, the rules don't apply. We can do whatever we want." And so I was like, he convinced Al, all right, if Dave Grohl's out there, we'll do it. Why not? So Al comes out, and he comes out for the encore, and he's scanning the front row, and he doesn't see Dave Grohl. So he's scanning around the audience. He just does not see Dave Grohl at all. And so he kind of like goes over to announce all the band, and everybody, "No, just do the regular encore, And then after the show's over, with the 2 encore songs are over, Steve goes back out to Al, and he's like all upset. He's like, "Oh, why didn't we do My Own Eyes?" And Al's like, "Because Dave Grohl wasn't there." And he's like, "No, he really was." And so Al goes, "Steve, if you go out and you find Dave Grohl, invite him backstage. He deserves to be back here. We'll find him in the audience." So Steve's like, "All right, I will." So Steve runs out to the audience, and like 5 minutes later, he comes back with this guy, and Al's like, "Kinda looks like Dave Grohl, but I've met Dave Grohl before, and of course I know what Dave Grohl looks like from TV. I don't think that's Dave Grohl, but I'll play along with Steve." Turns to the guy, "Are you Dave Grohl?" And the guy's like, "Sure." So I'll play along. And meanwhile, obviously the guy was not Dave Grohl. It was somebody that I guess remotely looked a little bit like Dave Grohl to Steve. But the moral of the story, Allison, the moral of the story is that if you want to get backstage, Steve is your guy. But during the whole, I was laughing so hard during the whole thing, the way Al told the story, and I could not see Ben, but I could see Jim and Steve from where I was. Jim and Bermuda from where I was sitting, and they were holding back, trying not to burst out laughing, and Steve's face was bright red, and it was an amazing moment, and it just beautiful. I don't know how else to describe it. It's easily one of my top favorite concert moments I've ever seen. So they basically, Al called him the lying fake Dave Grohl. And of course, then they actually did play the song My Own Eyes. They did Your Horoscope for Today, UHF, and again, the lighting on this song, I love it, is also really nice. It kind of has this this purple lighting with these kind of white lights in the background. Just the lighting. I've said this before, the lighting on this tour is amazing.
The audience was super into UHF.
Yeah, and the audience was really, the also had a backwards message in it. I'll go back to some of y'all. And of course, as I remember Larry, so we got to hear him do both of the backwards pieces to the two songs that have the backwards messaging. And he basically said, for no reason, I put it in I Remember Larry. Jackson Park Express, the 9-minute song about the bus, riding on the bus, which he didn't feel was appropriate for a mandatory fun tour, but was appropriate for this type of audience. At this point, the concert's already running long, but he still kept going on. He did Young, Dumb, and Ugly, and the story on that is that when he recorded that song in the studio, he had a tremendous headache, so he figured I could never do this song live. And he's like, but I can, because I can just rewrite the song in the key of B, and I won't get that tremendous headache. So he did the Young, Dumb, and Ugly in the key of B. And during kind of the solo there, or during the musical interlude in the middle, he took out his cell phone and took pictures of everybody in the band and the audience. Pretty cool. Maybe at some point, hopefully, I will release those pictures in some format. It'd be kind of cool, just to see the band kind of playing from Al's perspective and how he sees the audience and stuff. Steve and John left the stage to get their uvula scraped, part of their contract, necessary. He did You Don't Love Me Anymore. When Steve came back out on stage, Steve made a funny comment that, I think I see Benjamin Franklin in the audience. And Al called on Steve to do a bass solo. And Steve did the bass solo on his new upright bass guitar. And then again, at this point, I'm thinking this show's running long, but it didn't stop Al. He did the full version of Albuquerque next with all the variations of the donuts and the stopping the song and starting all over again. He had a drum solo, and this was, I guess I forgot to write down where the first one was, but this is the second drum solo of the night. And for this one, Bermuda played the cowbell for his drum solo. So it was really a cowbell solo, if you will. He did the medley. At this point, then he went off stage. Came back, and interestingly enough, he had a guitar strapped on him, and kind of behind his back, kind of trying to hide it, but you could obviously tell it was there. And I was like, Al doesn't play guitar. What is going on? So he kind of sat down. He's like, well, I'm going to actually make my guitar playing debut tonight.
On this next song, I'm going to make my guitar playing debut.
I've been practicing for months.
For the last several months, I've been studying and learning how to play the guitar.
I do not know how to play the guitar. I never learned, but I've been practicing. And I figured what better place to make my guitar playing debut than here at the Historic Apollo Theater. They did with a rendition of Neil Young's Cinnamon Girl, and Al actually really legitimately played the guitar. Well, he did play the guitar. What he did is I guess there's a spot in the song where he just kind of nonsense or whatever is being played on the guitar, and he just kind of held the guitar, and I don't know if you're gonna be able to see this, but he just kind of held the guitar, took off, picked his hands off of where the key, where you press your hands for the keys, and down here he just kind of strummed away, boom, 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 whatever was appropriate in the song. So he did make his guitar playing debut. He did play the guitar technically. But it was again amazing to see Al actually, even if it was a joke, he did make his guitar playing debut at the Apollo Theater, and I was there to see it. Amazing. And then this was, I think, other than the cover versions, which are different each show, this was the last of the show, the songs that he had done that I had not seen yet, and because he had done The Saga Begins the night before, he did Yoda this time. It went over extremely well with the crowd. Everyone was singing along and loved it. It was an excellent concert, excellent set list. So much fun. The Steve story is going to stick in my mind for the longest time. They kind of had everyone, for the VIP party, they kind of had everyone sit again in the back row. Ethan and Rosemary were trying to get off to Jim and Steve's concert, so they were smart and went to the front of the line and kind of said, I need to get out of here fast, can I just be at the front? We were not as smart, and we sat down near the end of the line. And it took a while for Al to come out. He did have a few guests that he needed to see ahead of time, and he did. When he did come out, it took him close to an hour to get through all the VIPs. There were a lot of VIPs there. I mean, we were on the left third of the theater on the floor, and probably more than half of that left third of the theater was filled with VIPs waiting to meet Al. So I mean, maybe a sixth of the floor had VIPs.
Yeah, it was a lot.
It was a lot. And again, of course,
Way more than last night. Or the night before.
Yeah, much more than the night before, and we were at the end. I started freaking out that we weren't going to get home because the last bus out of Newark is at 12:45. I was not going to go to Jim and Steve's show because of this drive that we're doing right now. We were planning to take the bus home, which I'll get to later. We did not take the bus home. We got through the line. I had Al actually sign my knuckles. He wrote weird W-E-I-R on one hand, on one knuckle, and the D space A-L on the other. I'll try to show you quickly. Try to show you and try to also hold this camera at the same time. And Al, I have a picture of it. I will also include the picture in case that did not translate on the video. And also because I have washed my hands since then. I told Al right from the beginning, I'm not getting these tattooed on because I knew he would freak out if he knew he was signing another body part for me. And JW made a joke, oh, you're getting those tattooed on? And I was like, no. So, but I talked to Al. I asked Al about a couple songs, like really early songs that he had copyrighted with Joe Early. I had been wondering about for a while. And he kind of filled me in on them. They're just some songs he had written with Joe Early back in college. I don't think he's never proud of his early work, but he's like, these were really horrendous. I hope they never see the light of day. No. We kind of couldn't really hang around, and we had all these great ideas for segments for YNN, which I'm going to keep in my pocket and bring out at another show or at another time if I can. But we just did not have time to film them because we were trying to catch this bus. Adrian and Jackie and I hopped on the subway. Jackie and I got off at Port Authority, literally ran to the ticket window. There was nobody waiting at the ticket window, so we kind of didn't know what to do. We ran to the bus. We saw the bus pulling out. Some guy, employee at Port Authority, tried to help us. I'm going to stop this because we're coming up to a toll. Musical interlude or some. I'm going to throw it back to Alicia for a minute while we sort out this toll, and then I will come right back and pick it right back up. Okay, thanks for filling in there, filling up some time for us there, Alicia. While we got back, we're off the highway now. We're close to our destination. I'm almost done. I guess after the show, Adrian, Ian, and myself and Jackie hopped on the subway. We got off at Port Authority, ran to the bus terminal. Missed the bus, saw it pulling out. Some helpful employees tried to stop the bus. They couldn't. We hopped back on the subway. Adrian and Ann were gracious enough to get us tickets for the train that they were on while we were trying to get to now Penn Station. We caught the train with Adrian and Ann. They got off later on in Edison or somewhere, but we got off in Newark. and took an Uber back from Newark to the house. It's basically leads us to, went right to bed, get up early. That leads us to where we are now. We're out on the road. We're on our way to Greensburg. We're staying with some friends. I don't know what today entails other than the concert, but there will be a YNN report. I will continue to do live tweeting. That's what's going on. We're going to play it by ear today, and we got today in Greensburg, we got tomorrow in Cleveland, and the following day in Lexington, and see my reports. This is Dave Elvis Rossi signing off for YNN. Have a good one.
Thank you for tuning in to this episode of Dave's Concert Reviews. If you have Weird Al related news or a concert review, you too can be a correspondent for YNN. Contact me and we'll set it up. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, click the bell icon, and Patreonize the channel so that YouTube will promote us to the world and our community will reign supreme over all. Thanks for watching.